I was sitting at home one day and the phone rang. It was my next door neighbor. He was working on an exhibit in Orlando to build the Titanic, a replica rooms of the Titanic, kind of in an exhibit. And he said, we've gone through 450 actors and actresses, can't find the captain. He said, I know someone that can play that part. He's my next door neighbor. And I went over to see the exhibit, and I was amazed. They had rebuilt the grand staircase, and you could put your hand on an iceberg. It was an amazing exhibit. And I went to the souvenir shop, and I saw the front page of the New York Times from 15 feet away, and there was a picture of the captain of the Titanic on it. And my first impression was that my neighbor had taken my picture and pasted it on the front page of the New York Times. I thought, he shouldn't do that. Now, that's wrong. I got a closer look. I could see I was a little better looking than the old man. But after working with them for a couple of years, I understood that they were going to dive on the Titanic. And I thought, man, I'd like to do that. So I called them and I asked them if I could dive on the Titanic, and they said no. I waited a couple of weeks. I called them back again. I said, really, I'm the captain of the Titanic. I think it would be nice if I could dive on the Titanic. They said no. I waited a couple more weeks, and I called them again. And I said, you need to send me down. I'm the captain of the Titanic. I'm in front of the camera. I'm in everyone's home. I'm the one that's talking about this exhibit. And I believe if the media could say this man's been down to the Titanic, more people would watch the TV and listen to what I have to say, and you'll get more people interested, and you'll make more money. It got quiet on the other end of the phone, and he said, I think you're right. Come along. Then I wasn't sure I wanted to go. Well, you're going to be cramped up in a little submarine, and there's going to be 2 other people in there. And we're going 2.5 miles down. Well, I wasn't sure I wanted to go. Well, you're cramped in this little 6-foot sphere, and there's 2 other people with you, and you're going 2.5 miles down on the ocean floor. There's 6,000 pounds of pressure per inch trying to crush you. If that doesn't scare you, I don't know what would. Well, they told me you have to get a permission from your doctor. You're not going to have a heart attack. And you'll give your wife the power of attorney, get your last will and testament made, and you'll sign a release from RMS. You'll not hold them liable. And I got thinking about that. I'm really not sure I wanted to go. And I asked my wife, what do you think? Should I go? She says, go. I'm not sure what she meant by that. But I decided to go. When you stop to think, there's been less than 200 people that have ever seen the Titanic. There's more than 300 people that have seen outer space. What an opportunity. And now, in order to get out to the Titanic's location, you have to leave from St. John's, Newfoundland. It takes about a day and a half to get there. And when I got there, I'm all excited, ready to go. And they said there's a hurricane going over the site. So it's going to take 2 or 3 days before we can go. So it looks like my chances are really slim to none to go out. But I'm there in St. John's, Newfoundland, didn't know quite what to do. It's a quaint little town if you've never been there. It's cute, but you can see it all in 10 minutes. So I thought, well, what am I going to do? And I decided to go to see a movie. I saw the wrong movie, A Perfect Storm. I'm going right over the spot where that film was made, the Grand Banks. Well, we got out to the Titanic location, and when they saw me, they said, I don't think you'll fit inside that sub. You're too big. I'm 6'4". I said, I'll get in there. Well, the night before, I was eating dinner, and the man that I talked to on the phone came over, and he bent over and whispered to me, and he said, you're going down in the morning. My heart began to race. Well, with that information, the television cameras started following me around like I was an astronaut. And the day came, and they said, whatever you do, pick up coal, because we sell coal in the exhibits. Don't pick up any round portholes. We've got plenty of those. And they gave us some other information. And I was just I could hardly understand most of it because most of it was in Russian. But they put me in that little sub. I climbed up the ladder and waved to the people and went down into that little sub, cramped into that little sub. No place to sit. I'm in a fetal position on my elbow. They turned the hatch, put that hatch cover down and tightened it up. And when they did that, I knew I couldn't change my mind. This is it. And they lifted us up and slowly sat us down in the Atlantic Ocean. And of course the waves were just bobbing all around. You're in there, and that feeling, you know, when you go to a show, and just before the curtain opens up, the house lights dim, you know that feeling of anticipation that you get? Well, I had that feeling for 2.5 hours. I'm not going to see a movie. I'm going to see the Titanic. And for 2.5 hours, you're sitting in total darkness. And they don't turn on any lights. They want to conserve the batteries, of course. And then after 2.5 hours, the Russian pilot said, "We're almost there." And he turned on the lights. I went right over that spot where they showed in the movie where the actress said, "I'm the king of the world." And I went over the main hatch. I went up the crow's nest. I went up on the bridge. Saw the telemotor. And then I said, I want to see the captain's cabin. And they took me there. I heard that the side was already gone. And for 5 minutes, I was 5 feet away from the captain's bathtub. That was an amazing experience. I'm an actor. I've been on stage all my life. Put me in front of 20,000 people, I don't even get nervous anymore. I wish I could keep that little edge going. But when I got back up on the Academia Keldysh, when they shoved a camera in my face, I noticed my voice was shaking. I don't think anyone else knew it, but I knew it. You cannot see the Titanic with your own eyes and not be affected.